months and months ago, maybe a year ago, when he had a video and he said that his phone was accidentally turned on and he acted like he was pounding a girl out having sex. Okay, if that wasn't a recording that she recorded without her knowledge, and also being super freaky put him in a situation where he became the trick of the year, of the decade, of the century. That man lost millions of dollars for having sex. Now we all know once you're in a certain limelight, when you got a certain status, when you got a certain amount of money and capital, you don't mess with certain type of women. Not putting her down, not saying anything bad about her, but she was in that type of field, the sex trade. She was the only fan worker, and also he was paying her for her services. So you shouldn't even want to deal with them kind of women. Find your woman on your same caliber. If you making 20, she can be bringing in 10 mil. You making 5 mil, she can be bringing in 2.5. If you bringing in a meal, she can be bringing in half meal. Find somebody on your level. You least likely you're gonna go through scandals. A lot of people out here nowadays are hustling on people. And if you kindly want to put yourself in situations like the Shannon Sharps, the R. Kellys, the Tupacs, the Bill Cosbys, we can go the Harvey Weinstein, the Jeffrey Epstein, we can go on and on and on. But sexual perversion is a serious addiction. We know they have a lot of courses and classes that people take for sexual addiction. We need one for the tricking because I don't see how somebody can trick off all their money, all their livelihood for freaking sex. This is ludicrous. You put yourself in a situation where you became a great athlete, possible Hall of Famer, could have had one of the biggest podcasts in history, and it's still a possibility. But now you lost a machine that behind you, ESPN. Then is this other machine gonna cut you off? 'Cause at the end of the day, she's saying that you forced her in these situations unknowingly. She was taped and filmed. That don't look good when you're dealing with people in America or in corporate America. They don't like stuff like that. So if you're a person out here that's making a lot of money, make sure you don't put yourself in these situations where your livelihood can be destroyed, your money can be taken away. Because there's no way in the world, if I was making the millions of dollars these guys was making, either I'm going to be married or the woman I'll be dating, she going to be on the same level as me. Or I'm going to put on that level because once I start making millions of dollars, I'm not looking for anybody who's trying to use me. Because when people know that you have money, they know you have power, they know you have prestige, most people nowadays are going to try to use you. We talking about Shannon Sharp being the trick of the century. He done lost 20 to 30 to 40, maybe $50 million with his settlement in court. And by you have a sex problem and love sex and you think that shit is cool, you lost a lot. And then you lost your podcast and your platform with ESPN. So you lost more than millions of that. That money could have been donated. You donated to a woman who in that trade. She sent back, never had to work again a day in her life off of you because you wasn't thinking with your country self. You should have been more of thinking. You let a young girl outsmart you, out hustle you, outplay you, and that's ludicrous. I got to get off y'all because I got an appointment at 9 o'clock. I love y'all. Peace out. Os.